Okay, so to just finish this bottom bit off, what we've got now is there's a detail around the perimeter of the roof. Show you a visual. Where are we? Yeah. So there's two. So there's these bronze, you know, like overhangs.
Yes.
So that's what that is. So and it's effectively a wall detail, but it's just projected. Oh no, actually, sorry. That bit there. That is the wall. That's the top of the wall above the window. That's the projected bit. That bit there, right? So
I was going to say there's brick on the outside of that.
yeah. Well, no, that brick's in elevation. Yes, we won't even be modelling that. That's just an elevation. Okay, so then so this is the top of one of the walls. I say one of the walls because we've got two wall types, one brick, one aluminium, finished in a bronze colouring. So this is on the top floor, and the top floor of the building is completely finished in the bronze. So that's the cladding there. You've then got this outer board, which is like a cementitious board, and that in this instance will be connected at this junction. It'll be connected to the steel. I need to pick this up on the drawing. Actually, it's a good way to investigate details. Just hit up there just to make sure it's snapping. So that board needs fixing back to something. So it'll be fixed to the steel like that on clips.
Ah, right.
Do you see? So at the top there.
Yeah.
That'll be fixed into the steel like that. And then that's what supports the cementitious board. That is like an external grade type board that protects the guts, if you like, of the wall. So underneath the steel is then a jumbo stud system that forms the solid elements of the wall. So that contains it from the outer side, and the plasterboard contains it on the inside. So then that's your bulk of your wall, really, and then all this stuff is your finish, right, to that wall. So just to finish that off, it would do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you got your clips there, you got your board there. That's doing the job. So that insulation would probably actually sit on the inside of those clips, so that they can then continue down. And you can just see, yeah. Okay, so that's fixed to that. Then what we do is, you can see the way that bit of insulation here, that's interrupted, it's disturbed by the fact that there's steel in the way, jumbo studs, all that sort of stuff. So what we always do, just to make sure that there's no gaps in the insulation, is offer up a 25mm, sometimes it goes as high as 50, a 25mm outer layer of insulation, which will be continuous. The only thing that'll stop that are the windows, but with the windows being aluminium frame, they're thermally broken. So that what that means is, they're thermally proficient, if you like. So with that 25mm insulation layer near enough being on the line of the window frames or the line of the window, that then forms a continuous thermal wrap around the building. So it's a very energy efficient detail.
Would that not be rock wool then? Would that be more?
No, that'd be more rigid.
Yeah.
But at the minute, rigid insulation obviously is being looked into.
Yeah, it's been
so
scrutinised.
yeah. So at the minute we've got it proposed as rigid, but we're speaking to a few companies who are coming up with a system that's non-combustible. So that's what that insulation's doing. You can see there the amount of insulation now, it's insane. Now just hit that because probably wondering what's supporting that cladding. So if we just take that to there, you can see these Z-shaped things. They're cladding rails. They're fixed through the cementitious board to the main structural element.
Are they almost like a wall tie then? For cladding?
Yeah, actually, yeah. So that's like a wall tie for what would be for brickwork. So that'll be fixed back either to the clips or the steels, but more often than not it'll be fixed back to the jumbo stud system, which is called a steel frame system, kind of a secondary steel system.
Yeah.
So those rails need to be fixed back to something pretty rigid anyway.
That's a ramp. I don't know, I'm going to show that one.
Maybe. And then
Yeah, proper shoulder.
if we then put that, now there's me saying about it not being disturbed, but it's as good as, you know what I mean? They're like 5 mil or what have you, so.
Just a bit more.
So you've got your cladding, which is fixed in in panels like that. They're more butt jointed than that, but just to demonstrate. So your cladding's doing that. It's all fixed on these rails, and that's fixed back to the secondary structure. And that's kind of then your finish. So that is what you see there. See underneath?
Yeah.
See the way, yeah, so there's the head of the window, that's the top of the wall, and then that's the projection. And that's what this is. So that's how the cladding's all lapped together and fixed together to conceal the joints. For the purpose of this, I'll just do that as one piece. So that is in an L shape.
Not like some of them are where some of the buildings are. I don't know.
Like that. And then to finish the whole top of the system off, there's then a capping.
So what? Things like that.
Capping.
It's a space. It's a space.
So a bit more like that. Stuck on.
If you can't select something, just hide what you're tracing over. Then jump into it. Go into that. Components edit, hide rest of model, give it 2 mil. I've just sliced through that, just so I can catch the create faces. And then that again would be finished in the aluminium, finished in a bronze colouring. And then that would, strictly speaking, overlap like that.
Okay.
Good sort of waterproofing detail.
You want it all like that because it will look better when you draw it.
And then what that does is that then covers all the the upstand and the waterproofing and all that there. And for neatness, you would then just project that out and then return that down. So you can see, so when you're stood on this balcony,
Yeah.
You can't see anything of the sort of behind the
Clad,
scenes.
isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Edit, unhide last. So then you can see then that is that top bit there. Although we're taking the detail through another part of the building, but you get the idea. Okay. We've got another bit of insulation there. Can't have too much insulation.
Evidently.
Yeah. And the idea behind that is it's just trying to keep that slab as warm as possible. From you might be thinking, why isn't there insulation on the top? You probably could stick a bit of insulation on the top, but the theory is that you won't get thermal bridging through a certain thickness of concrete.
Right.
So here we're preventing it from travelling a shorter distance from the top through. Yeah, the thinking is.
I see. I see what you're saying.
It's not going to travel that far. In a way to cause condensation anyway. That's the whole point of thermal bridging or preventing it, is that in cold spots you'll get condensation spots. So we've got that, keeping that warm there. Then because this is projecting, just show that, because this cladding is projecting a further distance from that, it's on a slightly different rail system. So you've got these things that are fixed. Fixed back to the concrete, the upstand. Just representing the mechanical fix in there. And again, I'm not sure what sensors they might be that close actually, but again, just giving it an indicative sensor for now. It's gonna be fussy now.
Yeah, a lot of info.
Yeah. And then there'll be this like bracket system. So this thing is that in the distance. So if I just snap it to the drawing, just use turn X-ray on and off. You know, sometimes if you can't, you know, when it's getting this complicated. And then this kind of bracketry system allows you to then fix your rails at a distance, because the system that we've gone for doesn't have rails that length. So you've got to form this support system to hang the rails from. Whereas here, that's a rail that can just go right back to the structural.
That makes sense.
Part of the building. So you've got these Z rails again. Make it a component. buy that in for now. There's your rail system. So you can see then, yeah, that, you know, that cladding is fixed back to that rail system. All that's doing, that's what's highlighted there. That bracketry system is just allowing a projection. You know, you could argue that that's overkill, and you know, you may want to just, you know, reduce it, bring it closer, and it'll, you know, make a saving for on all that secondary support system there. But for now, that's how we've got it. And again, your insulation just sits between all that system there. So it's either, you know, it's either cut on site, or again, it's a Rockwool type product, and it can all be, you know, fixed between. Or you can even go for like a foam system now as well. That kind of, you know, it's blown into all the gaps and things. So all that sort of stuff, when a contractor's on board, we'll get into.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. And then we've just got a cavity break there. Now that might be just a bit of belt and braces. That cavity break, what you do, you put a cavity break at each floor, so that, you know, if we just model something on indicative, it may not be needed in this junction because there's nothing for it to break basically. But if I just show you what I mean. So this will be made of a fireproof material. Sometimes it is just a gypsum based material. And the idea is that you have these, so they say they're called cavity breaks. You have them horizontally and vertically. And if a fire is able to sort of you know, escape into that cavity there, these breaks prevent it from travelling around the building.
Interesting.
So we've got it on here probably as a force of habit, because the rule is you have it vertically, you have them laid horizontally, but on a vertical section you have it laid at each floor level, because each apartment is its own mini fire compartment. So obviously an apartment is, the height of an apartment is floor to floor. Yeah. So that would just prevent any fire travelling through that cavity and, you know, penetrating anything through there. Yeah. So that's what that crosshatch thing is there in the distance. Okay, and then last but not least is the balustrade. So just hide some of the stuff that's in the way. Now this is fixed into the concrete upstand. That's why, this is purely why I've got a concrete upstand. It's to serve the purpose of catching, you know, something solid for the balustrade to fit into, and it also, you know, supports this bracketry system there as well. Now, I should say that the membrane that's used is a bituminous product, and where the fixings of the base of the balustrade penetrate that membrane, it self-heals around the penetration.
Clever, isn't it?
Yeah. So it's all fixed on a plate. It wouldn't be continuous, it'd be more like that. Yeah. Just same with arch as the circle before, just add a number of sides just so it's a smoother arch. Make that a component, post Then you've got your structural glazing. Which forms your infill between posts.
Is the glazing always fixed to the back, or can it be fixed in between?
It can be fixed in between the front. Yeah, this is we've engaged the balcony specialist. Yeah, and this is a detail that they've provided us. And then you've got this again, rails. You've got this secondary rail system behind it. And then what that does is make way for the fixing into the posts. So just do 1.1. And then cut that into the component, just so it allows you to copy it down there. And then actually, I think it's just the one up top, isn't it? You got that there. There's your
Lovely.
your balcony detail. Get rid of the drawing. Yeah.
Would you label that up then?
Yeah, good point. So put it all in one group. I'd actually, you can have a little bit of a mess with that just to, make it a little bit bigger. And yeah, I won't bore you with all the labels, but you can go into labeling it. Oh yeah. Oh, that's because I've named it. The other component.
Oh, clever.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
So
So
component you're picking up.
Exactly.
Brilliant.
Try and keep it on one angle, because it sort of follows you, the text. So if you try and work to one angle.
I've noticed that in the previous detail you've done.
Yeah. I was aiming for the cladding there, so you just go cladding, double glazed window, something like that. You can see the steel, edge beam, something like that. And yeah, if for the purpose of exporting that, I would actually just set the style, turn profiles off just a little bit cleaner.
Yeah.
Turn the sky off, set the background to pure white, and pop a bit of shadow on there, something like that. And that's a pretty complex detail in SketchUp.
Very complex, I would say.